Hi everybody, so we're back onto the Lighthouse. As you can see, I've finished my wave. I was doing this in the last video and I've now extended it all the way down and round as it comes up. And what I've done is I've matched the pattern fabric to where it comes down here as well. So this comes across here, and then this little bit here is what I've made this into here. So it's moving. So you've got the continuous pattern going through the whole thing, which ties it all together. So I'm going to have a start on the rocks for you. So these are the old rocks. So what I'm going to do is, because this area here, this purpley area, let's just change it so you can see it a bit better. That area is all one colour. So I'm going to cut that out in one whole piece, and then I'm going to add these smaller pieces onto it, because I think it's just an easier way of, rather than cutting this bit out and then cutting that bit out and then cutting that bit out and cutting that bit out. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to draw it on so I can see where I'm actually cutting. Yeah, okay, so this is how it goes round. And it comes across here, so I'm just going to go across that line. And across here. And it should come right up to the top of this, and as you can see, it's not quite doing it on mine, but that's just an error in my cutting. And so it just sort of comes around here, under that it will go, and then across here. Okay, so that's basically the area that I want in that colour. So now I'm just going to trace it on to my parchment paper. On quite sharp lines, because obviously this is stone and I want it to have that kind of stony appearance, if that makes sense. That's this bottom part of the lighthouse, and then I'm going to go across the top, right across there, because I'm going to tuck it under my lighthouse. That bit is a different colour that I haven't put in, which I should have done. Right, so that's what I'm going to cut out. And what I'm just going to do is just going to roughly chop it out here first. And this is the fabric I'm going to use. If you find cutting the shapes out difficult, then just peel the backing out and stick it on the back. It's usually easier if you outline it on the other side as well, though, just so sometimes your pencil lines are not, if your colour's similar sort of colour, you can't see it through. Or you can cut it out, the shape out on the parchment paper first, and then stick that on the back, and then it's very easy to just cut round again. But I kind of got used to holding and cutting at the same time. Falling on the floor. course. There we go. Let's take these few bits out that I didn't take out. There we go. Just realised I've got a big lump of fabric stuck on there. It's all right. It's come off. So this is going to come underneath here. And I'm going to pop it on. I've got to peel off the backing first. Oh dear. And of course, on this piece of fabric, I've used all my spare little bits of Bonder web that were all in different little shapes. So I've got to peel them all off individually. Right, let's start again. So this is going under here. There we go. There it should go. And I'm just getting a good seal on it, just initially, just so that that's relatively flat and in the right positioning. I'm going to peel it back up again in a minute anyway, but it's always good to have a make sure it all fits nicely when it's stuck down. Right. So I'm now just want to stick that down into the purple, so it's going to come up in one bit. Yeah, I'm just going to fill in this little gap that I've got going on over here. And I'm just going to use this, which is similar. It's not exactly the same, but I don't know what I've done with that bit of fabric. So now I've put my scissors down. There they are. Okay, peel this back and I'm going to pop it under all of this stuff. Just make sure I get my line going right for the end of the lighthouse. It's all lining up nicely. Let's do a bit flaring out a little bit more. Angle it slightly more down. That's better. I also filled in this bit up here as well, using the same colours that I used at the top and a few in here. I think the rest of it will start to go slightly lighter. Right, okay, so now I need to fill in these bits that are different colours. So I'm just going to peel up and there we go. And I hope you see that I don't, if it's not entirely quite the same, you know, I'm not hitting all of those lines absolutely precisely, it doesn't matter. There we go. tell you what, I've got to think about, actually, this came all the way down here, didn't it? I just cut it off because I didn't need it. I don't suppose that's going to fit on my piece of parchment. No, it's not, so I'm going to have to draw it again. Right, do it again, fit it all on this time. There we go. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to go bluey through there. Okay, so again, just holding it on. Too tricky. I'll just wait until I've cut the main shape out and then come back to go in some of those little crevices. Okay, now I'm just going in, cutting out some of those fiddly bits. Good sharp spiky lines for rocks. There we go. And then I just got to work out where it's going. So I've got this down here as a guide. I'm just going to lift it up and see. Okay, so it fits quite tight under there. So just pull it down. There we go. So that should be about right. And that's going to give me a guide for the other pieces on the other side. There we go. And so we're on to this bit, but I think I might actually do these bits over here, which are this bit here first. If I can find some green, I've got some greeny colour. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, we'll go with that. Right, so we're talking about, yeah, just have a look under here. What's going on under there? That's the grey bit. Sorry, I'm just working out where I've got to go. So I need this bit here as well, but I could fill that in afterwards. That's going under that fabric, so we don't have to be too careful about cutting it out. Okay, pop it on the edge as close as we can so we don't waste anything. Yeah, so I've decided to have a complete rearrange in this room and make it really craft centric. Make the most of my working space, because to be honest, at the moment I'm plonked in the little corner and I kind of think my work might be worth more than that. Gonna put that above it, I think. Yeah, prefer that. I want this up and over. And I've got this little spare bit that came off, so I'm just going to plonk that in that spot in there. I'm even going to carefully cut it out. Living dangerously. Oh, I dropped it. There you go. There nicely. And then I'm going to do this grey bit here next. So I am going to have to put it all up. Maybe doing that bit wasn't such a good idea. Right. There you go. And while it's up, I'm going to draw this other bit next to it. There you go. So I shouldn't have to lift that up too much more. Maybe just to place it. I'll just cut around it quickly to start with. And I'll do the spiky bits first. Look at what I've got cut out. There we go. Patterns just move slightly, so just going to pop it back down again. Like I say, it doesn't matter. These bits are going on top. You're not going to know that they're slightly different shape than what was planned. There you go. And just this bit over here. this bit dropped off when I was trimming it around, so I'm just going to roughly put the shape in that it was supposed to be. Just curled round a bit. There we go, that's fine. So that goes across like that. I could use that shape of ouch, that shape there, so that I could get it in the right position. And then we just got the last bit cut out of there. Yeah, that's fine. Right, let's have a quick look, see where it's got to go. Okay, so it curls in to that bit there and goes across there. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that's made a start on my rocks. I'm going to carry on. Hopefully that's given you an idea. Obviously you've got to go across here, fill this bit in. It's going to be slightly paler. And then the flatter pieces are going across that way. And then back onto the waves. But we'll stop there. Bye for now.